Okay, there are only two problems on page 5. Problem 15 says plot the points A, 1, 2, B, 5, 9, C, 9, 2, and D, 5, negative 5. We'll do that first. A is at 1, 2, so I start at the origin. The x-coordinate is positive 1, so I move 1 to the right. The y-coordinate is positive 2, so from there I go up 2. And this is the position of point A. Point B is at positive 5, positive 9, so 5 to the right and up 9. That's point B. Point C is at positive 9, positive 2. And D is at 5, negative 5, so 5 to the right, but then down 5 for point D. Draw all possible line segments connecting these points. I could have a line going from here to here, from A to C. I could have a line going from B to D, line segment. I could have a line segment from A to B, one from B to C, one connecting C and D. Then I can also have a line segment connecting A and D. What type of quadrilateral is formed? So the quadrilateral we're looking at, it looks like these opposite sides are parallel. Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, so it's a parallelogram. And then we just have to ask ourselves, is it any special kind of parallelogram? It's clearly not a rectangle because these, this angle B going all the way from here to here is acute, as is angle D, but angles A and C are obtuse. So these are not right angles, so it's not a rectangle. It could be a rhombus if all four sides are congruent, and that looks to be the case. In fact, since these other line segments create these right triangles, and since these right triangles are congruent, the hypotenuse of these right triangles must also be congruent. And so we have four congruent sides and a parallelogram, so this is a rhombus. What do you notice about the slopes of the opposite sides of the quadrilateral? Let's find the slope of line segment AB. So the slope of AB will be equal to the change in y over the change in x. So if I go from A to B along this line segment, my vertical change is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I'm going from A to B, I'm going up 7, and then I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. So the slope of line AB is 7/4. I skipped right past that part, didn't I? Label each line segment with its slope. We should have done that first, but in any case, I'm going to put 7/4 here for the slope for this line segment. Line segment DC, I'll do that next because it's opposite AB. If I go from D to C, I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going right 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's also 7/4. They should be equal slopes because the lines are parallel. We said we have a parallelogram, the opposite sides are parallel, so the slopes should be equal, and they are. If we look at the slope for BC, if I'm going from B to C, now I'm going down in y, so I'm going -7. I'm still going right though, so x is still positive, so this is -7/4, which is just -7/4. So the same value of the slope, but the opposite sign, because now if we're walking along this, now we're walking downhill. We were walking uphill over here. And we know from what we talked about before that the slope for AD will also be -7/4. AD and BC are parallel, so the slopes are congruent. What about the slope for AC? Since that's a horizontal line, then that's a zero slope. So the slope is 0. And the slope for BD is undefined. If you have a, let's look at delta y over delta x to make this clear. The slope for AC, change in y over change in x, if I pick any 2 points along this line segment, like this point and this point, the change in y from here to here is 0. The change in x from here to here is 5. The 0 divided by 5 is 0. So that if you have a flat horizontal line, that slope is 0. On the other hand, the slope for BD, we can also think of it in terms of change in y over change in x. Pick 2 points along BD, and from these 2 points, if I go from here to here, my change in y is 6, but my change in x is 0. And you're not allowed to divide by 0. It's impossible. So that's why we say it's undefined. No possible slope like that. What do you notice about the slopes of the opposite sides of the quadrilateral? They're equal. Because they're parallel. Finally, problem 16. Suppose gasoline costs $2.76 per gallon. You can purchase a car wash at the gas station for $3. The graph of the equation for the cost of gasoline and the car wash is shown below. So here we have the graph. Write the equation in slope-intercept form for the line shown on the graph. So it costs us $3 for the car wash, and then for every gallon of gas we buy, we pay another $2.76. So the y-intercept is clearly 3. That's the, if we have y equals mx plus b, b equals 3. That's where this line is intersecting the y-axis, and that represents the cost of the car wash. You're paying $3 for the car wash no matter how many gallons. Even if you buy no gallons of gas, you still have to pay $3 for the car wash. But for every gallon of gas you buy, you have to pay another $2.76. That's the slope of the line. $2.76 is the slope, and so y is equal to 2.76x plus 3. If you buy no gas, the variable term goes away and you just pay $3. If you buy 1 gallon of gas, you have to pay $2.76 for that gallon, plus $3 for the car wash is $5.76, which is right about where that line is right here, just under the $6 mark. If you buy 2 gallons of gas, you're going to pay, what was that, $5.52 plus 3, or $8.52, just like it shows here. And so this is our linear equation. Is this linear equation proportional? Is 2 over 852 equal to 4 over 1404? You see a scale factor of 2 here. Is this also a scale factor of 2? No, it's not, because this would have to be $17.04, not $14.04. So you do not have a proportional relationship because the line does not pass through the origin, and because of this constant term. Okay, so this is the equation of the line, and that's the solution for this problem. I noticed on my key I wrote it differently and possibly better. Instead of y, I used the function notation. So the cost as a function of the gallons purchased is equal to $2.76 multiplied by the number of gallons plus 3. So the cost varies based on the number of gallons of gas you buy. You're always going to pay $3, that's constant for the car wash, plus $2.76 multiplied by the number of gallons. So that's a way to write it using function notation. Okay, thank you for working hard to study for this test.